Hey everyone, this January we're talking about some really cool wines and also telling some really interesting stories. We're talking about Cabernet Sauvignon, the king of red grapes, which we'll be tasting in the lineup, and also tasting it in blends and discussing what Cabernet does to a blend. We're also talking about food and wine pairing, which is everyone's favorite topic. So to kick it off, we have our CH White. Our Cooper's Hawk White is a really great everyday wine. I like it even for special occasions. Really nice, light, crisp, fruity. It's made with a blend of Pinot Gris and Riesling. After that, we have our Riesling. So this is a really fun one too if you want to show this to people side by side and see if they can recognize the Riesling on its own compared to when it's in the blend. Both of these wines are coincidentally made with grapes that come from Washington State. But Riesling in particular is a really great food and wine pairing wine, and sometimes acid and sugar can be confusing with one another when you have them in wine. So this is a fun one to have people try with a little lemon and then see how sweet the wine tastes, taste it with a cherry, and then notice how tart it tastes. One of my favorite food and wine pairing tricks. After that, we have our Lux Chardonnay, and the buttery flavors in Chardonnay come from malolactic fermentation, which turns the more tart malic acid into creamier, softer lactic acid, which is the kind of acid that you find in a lot of dairy products. And that creamy, buttery style works really well with richer, more full-bodied style foods. After that, we have our Cooper's Hawk Red. This is a blend of Cabernet and Merlot and Syrah, and as we've been discussing all month long, Cabernet Sauvignon is the backbone of this wine, which gives it lots of structure and body, but stylistically we're making a wine that's a little bit softer, really a great easy drinking wine. It goes with everything from pizza to short ribs. After that, we have one of our most exciting wines of the month, our SAG Awards Red. And this wine is really great. Again, we'll be serving this during the SAG Awards, so make sure that you're tuning in on that Sunday night to watch the show and see this wine on tables. But also, this is just a really special wine. It also, like our Cooper's Hawk Red, is a blend of Cabernet and Merlot and Syrah, but there's also some Cabernet Franc in the blend, and stylistically, we've made a much bigger, bolder style of wine out of it. Next, we have our Cabernet Sauvignon. Another great chance for you to taste the two wines side by side and see if your guests can recognize Cabernet Sauvignon all by itself. Cabernet is the most widely planted grape in the world. Why? Because it makes such amazing wine. So the next wine that we have here is our Petite Syrah. So this is a little bit of a departure. Big, bold, really intense wine. It's the darkest wine that we offer at Cooper's Hawk, and this is my favorite go-to for barbecue. So I know barbecue season's a ways off, but keep this one in mind for that and then enjoy it by a warm fire for now. Finally, we have our ice wine, which is such a special wine. You know, we only make ice wine at certain times of the year, and it's very specific parts of the world where you get a good, hard, cold snap, which allows these grapes to freeze, be picked while they're frozen, and be pressed to make the most wonderful nectar of a wine. And sweet wines like this are really great, not just with dessert, but also with salty food. I recommend trying this with blue cheese. It's one of my favorite pairings in the world. So have fun this January talking about this awesome lineup of wines.